Surface type. Okay. Then if I go to construction kit, this is the surface type. Valid surfaces. Okay. Okay. Nope, that's not what we want. Oh, we need a none. We do need a none. So none. Then this becomes this. This becomes this. This becomes this, I think. None. Everything. None. Floor. Floor wall. Floor wall ceiling. Okay, cool. So for now, we're going to use floor. And then we're going to go back to construction kit. And we're going to say if surface is valid, return true. Okay. Return false. Now, what do we need to know if the surface is valid? We need to determine what type of surface it is, and then whether or not it matches our surface type. In order to do that, the dot product will help. So we need to know the normal. So we need the vector 3 normal, which we pass in the hit dot normal. And so we're going to get the dot product dot up equals the dot of that. And then we're going to determine the surface type. I think I want to put that in a helper class. So placeable system. Let's say public static placeable utils. Is that a class? Okay. Okay, and we'll say public static determine. Actually, we'll need surface type. Surface type. Determine surface type. And we're going to pass in the dot. The angle. Yep, that's the dot product. Okay. And ChatGPT, or not ChatGPT, but Copilot, need to attribute these AIs correctly. They don't want them to get confused. Figure this out for me. So if the angle of the normal vector to the up is between 45 and 135, we're on a wall. If it's between, if it's between 135 and 225, we're on a ceiling. If it's the opposite wall. And then everything else is the floor. I'm good with that. Let's see how it looks in the game. We'll have to experiment with these values. I might want to extract these to constants, maybe, instead of them just living in the function. Minimum wall angle. Maximum wall angle. Oops. Minimum seal angle. Maximum ceiling angle. Oops. Oh, so these are actually the same. So let's make this the wall, maximum wall. So minimum wall to maximum ceiling, minimum ceiling, minimum wall to minimum ceiling to maximum ceiling, then maximum ceiling to maximum wall. I think that was correct. I almost think that putting the numbers there were easier. Maybe I'll just do that. I'll just leave it like that, I think. Okay. I don't need... Okay. So we're doing is valid placement in the placeable service. We're calling can place in construction kit is valid surface if placeable utils dot determine surface type equals the valid surfaces. Return true. Actually, why did I create? I have a service, right? So why don't I just move this into the service? Oops. Placeable service. I don't know why I did that. Determine. I already have a thing. Why create another class if I don't have to? Okay. So then in here it's placeable service. Let's just, yeah, dot. Okay. Okay. I did want to check how I'm doing equals here. So spawn event type. Okay, so we do it this way. If this and the type I'm looking for does not equal the type I'm looking for. So surface type. And then we say if valid surfaces and surface type does not equal valid surfaces, or it equals valid surfaces, return true. Actually, you know what? Well, it's going to reverse this. Return false. Otherwise, because we're going to have other conditions in here, I think. True. All right, so let's test this. So now we should be only blue on the ground, if I did this right. Within certain angles. Something too steep, it might think it's a wall. Alright, so blue turns to red when I get too far. Nope. That didn't work. It's still blue. It's still red when it's floating, but it should be telling me no way on this. Unless it's on every... No, it's on floor. Alright, so let's see what's going on here. So can place is being called is valid placement is being called here. So we set the position of the placeholder object, and if it's a valid placement, then it should be blue, otherwise it's false. So it's saying it's a valid placement. It's a valid placement if I can place. If I can place, gets called here. we are implementing that here, and we're saying if the surface is valid, return true. So my guess is this condition is not right. So let's see what we're getting here. Debug.log surface type. Let's see what we're getting surface-wise. And we'll return also valid surfaces. Actually, we'll say, let's do it this way. Let's do it in one message. Surface type. Okay. Did I lose anyone? You guys following along? Did I put everyone to sleep? Oh, gotcha. Floor. Nothing. Oh, this is saying floor. Okay, so that's being calculated wrong. Okay, we gotta fix that. That's a bug. Still saying floor. Everything's saying floor. So everything is saying floor. That is wrong. Floor, 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 floor. Everything is floor. We combine the, if we collapse everything, yep. Okay, so that's wrong. So let's add dot up here. And then let's add the normal. See what we're getting here. Appreciate that, Scott. Okay. Interesting. The dot product. So the normal looks correct. This would be -1. This is -1 in the z. This should be +1 in the z. So the normal looks like it's correct, but the dot product is not giving me the value that I'm expecting. Oh, maybe I'm... Maybe I'm thinking about this wrong. So maybe this isn't the angle. Dot up. And let's say wall snap. So we'll say floor. We'll say if this is greater than let's try this. Otherwise, if it's less than negative, it's the ceiling, otherwise it's a wall. I don't actually need that. Else, you can just return. Okay. Let's try this. Because that seems to be in line with the values that I'm seeing of 1, like 0.19, and then 0. So and actually, if dot up equals 0, then return none. Else. Okay. Let's see if this works. Floor. Oh. 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 I think it's working. Kinda working. Okay, kind of working. Now, we probably should also have layer mask valid layers. We'll reverse this. False. True. If layer is valid, let's move this down here. And public. Okay. We'll trust that I will trust that ChatGPT, or sorry, Copilot, Microsoft Copilot, or GitHub Copilot knows what it's doing. All right, so it's all red now. So if I change this to default and level, it's not working. This should be set to level, I think. It is. All right, maybe it's a problem with the. Let's go in here. Oh, that's interesting. It saved it. Never seen it do that before. So default and level. I've used a bunch of different ones. I find Claude to be really good. Claude AI for code. ChatGPT not so much for code. Oh, there we go. I think it's working now. So now it should, if I do anything that's not if it collides with something that's not, oh, it's still. Is this set to level? What is this set to? No, that was set to player obstacle. Unless the trash cart. Oh, trash cart's at the default. Okay. So let's just make this player obstacle. As well. Okay. Hopefully that won't. We should check that. Make sure that doesn't break us throwing into the things. Yeah. Hey man, sometimes you gotta sell your soul a little bit. Through that now? Wait, what? Why? I set it to player obstacle. What?